1,200 Singaporean dollars. This is how much I paid for my flight from London Heathrow all the way to Singapore in economy class. So based on this fact, and based on the fact that Singapore Airlines praises itself as one of the best airlines in the world, I'll be judging this flight today. And also considering the alternatives that you can fly for half the price with carriers such as Emirates, Qatar Airways or British Airways and many more to Singapore. So let's do this, let's evaluate Singapore Airlines and let's see whether they're worth the dollar. I started my trip quite early in the morning, taking the iconic Piccadilly line all the way to Terminal 2. All of the Star Alliance carriers, including Singapore Airlines, are departing from the Queen's Terminal, which is probably also Heathrow's nicest terminal. I did a separate review on Terminal 2. Why didn't you check that one out as well? So just arrived at Terminal 2, the latest edition of Heathrow, and yeah, I wish I was flying in first class or business. Unfortunately only economy today, but it's also my first time on Singapore Airlines economy class, and I have to point out that was probably the most expensive ticket I've ever purchased in my life. At Terminal 2, you are encouraged to self-check in at one of the counters provided. You scan your passport, you pick your seat, the machine then prints out your boarding pass as well as your baggage tag. You proceed to another counter to drop your luggage. Quite simple and straightforward if you ask me. Alright, now let's clear security and then let's find the 380. Excited. So there we go. The 380 is still sitting over there. It hasn't been assigned a gate yet, and T2 isn't very busy. There are two flights leaving Heathrow in the morning with Singapore Airlines at almost the same time. One is on a 777, the other one is serviced by the mighty 380. And now boarding starts, so let's go and make it happen. Singapore Airlines operates its refurbished Airbus A380 to and from Heathrow. Those come with 6 seats in first class, 82 in business, as well as 38 in premium economy and 343 in economy class. The economy class is arranged in a 3-4-3 configuration on the main deck. The seats are pretty sleek. You will already find a pillow and a blanket, and it also offers personal entertainment as well as a USB slot and a very generous recline. The airline also offers around 300 movies as well as Wi-Fi, which comes in exchange with Heathrow. I found it to be pretty fast though. I tested it myself and I was pretty satisfied. The crew will also hand out headphones prior to takeoff. Also, newspapers are available right at the door of the aircraft right before you board. And of course the entertainment system is great, but it's nowhere near the offerings of Emirates or Qatar Airways, which offer over 5,000 more options. It's rather on par with the likes of British Airways, Lufthansa or Etihad. And once again, it's solid, but it's not anywhere near a world-class entertainment system.
Slowly take off.
So shortly after takeoff, the drink service would start, followed by lunch. I decided to go for the hamburger with mashed potatoes and a few steamed vegetables. It was lovely, and I especially enjoyed the ice cream provided after lunch. So delicious.
So, and we are about 5 hours into the flight. For lunch there was a hamburger, so it was more the patty and mashed potatoes with some vegetables, and there was also some ice cream given, which was really, really nice. In-flight entertainment has around 300 movies. There's also Wi-Fi available here for charge, and yeah, like the seat, it's good, it's a lovely product. Also my first flight on the 380 this year. I haven't been in a 380 for quite some time. And this is the bathroom here on this flight and there. What I like about it is that you have here all those drawers with amenities here, like kids, sanitary napkins, comb, and toothbrush. So you later they're going to be probably very popular because then when people get ready, like after breakfast for arrival, then that's when they come in very handy. Haven't seen that on many airlines, to be honest. In business class always, yeah, but not in economy. I'm having this aisle seat. I haven't picked an aisle seat for quite some time, and the middle seat is free, which is also like a big advantage on these flights. But yeah, so far so good. Not tired yet. Probably gonna do a bit of work or watch another movie, and then try to nap maybe, and we'll talk to you guys for breakfast.
So the thing I was most excited about was the cabin crew, because they are known to be the best trained in the world and the friendliest in the skies. So this is where I thought, like, this is where I spent the money at. However, the crew turned out to be the biggest letdown of the flight. So what I personally disliked about the crew was that they have that zero engagement policy. It seems to be. They had that guilt in their eyes when they were engaging and socializing with passengers, always eyeing the galley, kind of like hoping that they wouldn't be caught doing so by their cabin managers or pursers. So it was not a very personalized service, and also the cabin wasn't full, you know, and on a 13-hour flight, it's always nice to get to know your passenger and to build this little connection, you know, and like overall, you're an ambassador of your airline. But yeah, you would always also see the crew like rushing through the aisles, like hoping and praying that it wouldn't get approached by any passengers. So it was very, very performance-based. So it seems like that they have a very long to-do list where there is very little time left to engage with your customer. You know, when you have like a 15-hour flight or 14-hour flight, there is time, you know, make it a bit more social, show that Singaporean hospitality, you know, be that brand ambassador that they ask you to be, because this is the memories that stick in your head, the engagements you have. But also when you go to the galley, like when I went there, I was just sent immediately back to my seat, like, sir, can you get back to your seat, which was also quite new, because you know, you want to stretch, you want to walk around a little bit, maybe you want to show some appreciation to the cabin crew because they work so hard, and maybe sometimes have that chat. But it's usually always the highlight of most of like getting to know them, you know. And I wouldn't believe that I'd ever say that, but my flight 2 days before with Malaysia Airlines was so much more personal, so much more nicer, so much more engaging, also with the crew, and smiles and stuff. But there it seems like this is like, it was very robotic, and yeah, that was unfortunately a little bit of a letdown, where I was having the highest expectations, but where I was the most disappointed. However, the flight would end on a beautiful note with a lovely, lovely breakfast. So, but to sum up, my 380 economy class flight on Singapore Airlines, was it worth $1,200, $100 per hour? Definitely not. You can fly for half the price on other airlines where you get so much more. The seat was brilliant. That is really one of the best in economy class. It's comfortable, it's spacious, it offers everything you have. In-flight entertainment as well. You know, if you want to be world class, it's got to be more. And yeah, the crew was where I was the most disappointed in. But overall, it's a brilliant product. You know, don't get me wrong, but it's nowhere near like world class for the money I have paid. And Singapore Airlines always seems to be like so expensive. I hope that helps you to make your decision when considering booking Singapore Airlines. There is a lot of room for improvement, especially if you have this in your face, we are the best in the world kind of marketing. There is more to give, and that's what I wanted to say. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of Singapore Airlines economy class. If you haven't yet, why don't you subscribe? And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you on another review. So guys, wherever you're off to, have a safe trip.